Hello, I am going to turn you into Superwoman today. So, Superman, Superwoman, that pose, when I learned it years ago, I kind of learned the hard way, and I would always get my butt stuck, dragging my heavy butt and skin over that pole, and it tore my leg up. So, I'm going to help you so that you don't have to suffer like I did. So if the Superman, Superwoman is painful, you feel like your butt is so heavy you can't flip it over, I'm going to help you out with that. I train clients with the Superman, Superwoman from the floor, and then we kind of ease our way up. It does take a little bit of getting past the pole burn, and if you have the strength, and I'm going to show you some tricks with that, then it really is just about being able to turn your hips over, flip those over, so that you don't have that leg burn or that pain, okay? So let's start on the floor with it. With the Superman, you also need to have some strength or flexibility through your back and in your shoulders. So I like to look at it from the floor first with people, and you're going to squeeze those inner thighs into the pole. You're going to let your hips sink into the floor, and you can roll. We'll go with the right shoulder first. I'm going to roll that back, thumbs up, and grab. Now you want to let the hips sink into the floor, let that shoulder relax, and then you can reach that arm forward. So we don't want to be twisted in it. You want to be facing the floor with it. So that's how you're going to feel when you're in the Superman, Superwoman. You're catching, okay, on that arm as the hips push towards the floor, creating that bow in the back. So as soon as the hips sink down and push towards the floor, it naturally catches this. So you don't really have to squeeze for dear life with those legs. Switch sides. So you're going to roll that other arm back, thumbs up. Again, let yourself relax into that. And again, you can work through that. You can even work your arms up, rolling those shoulders back and down. So just kind of getting your back ready for what you're going to feel. But then I talk you through from the floor. So basically, the way that I train clients is from the side pose. I call it the thigh rest. When it's really a jasmine kind of position or variation. But if your leg is hooked, that top knee is the one that's going to knee to chest so that you have the room to clear the pole to turn your butt over, to flip those hips over. So that's really the key. If you're here in your Superman, Superwoman, and you just start to roll those hips, your skin and your butt gets stuck on the pole and drags over. So that's problem number one. You need to be able to knee to chest, offer all that space to clear your butt, and then turn those hips over. The other problem is where the placement of the pole is. It should be about mid-thigh. That, again, gives me the room, when I pull that knee to chest, gives me the distance to be able to clear and roll over. If I'm too close into my hip down here, and I try to knee to chest, I'm still getting stuck and dragging my butt and thigh, back of my leg over, so you're getting all that skin contact. But if you're out here, when you knee to chest, okay, or even if you just turn over, you have cleared the pole. So those are the two key things that you want to think about as you're getting into your Superman. So once you understand that, then we start just off the floor here. So you're going to kind of get into a side plank position with a front hook. That bottom leg, you're still resting it on the floor, pushing into the floor here. But this, you're just kind of pretending that you're off the floor, and you're going to knee to chest, clear and flip, lift. So now you're actually feeling the squeeze on the inner thighs, and you're getting that bow feeling in your back, and you're catching with that top arm, or that lead arm. So again, that knee to chest is key here. I have the pole position about mid-thigh. Contact with that pole here, you're pushing the leg in. Pull with the top arm. Knee to chest, roll those hips, clear, okay? You're gonna do that drill on both sides and several times, because again, if you were just to turn it over, you get all your skin stuck, and when you're off the floor, your butt feels awfully heavy there. So feeling that out and practicing there, then you're gonna move up to standing, and this is where that thigh rest Jasmine pose comes into play. So I'm going to start here and push, pull, stack those shoulders, equal triangle spaces here. Use that side waist to lift that hip up. Squeeze the heel to the butt, thigh comes to the pole. So your Jasmine thigh rest pose. When you're here, you're gonna keep pushing this thigh in, push with that bottom arm, pull with the top arm, knee to chest. Try to see if you can just release, okay? Doing a little knee to chest release. It only needs to be for a second, just enough to let you turn those hips over and clear your butt. Because what happens if you just slowly start to turn, you start to feel like you're gonna face plant, like that top arm is gonna slide off, and so you have to just kind of quick clear. So when I'm here, knee to chest, clear. Hips to the floor, release that bottom arm. All right? When you go for it, again, that positioning mid-thigh, so you have this space to clear your butt. Now my hand's starting to get sweaty. All right, so I'm gonna go knee to chest, turn those hips, drop. Let the hips sink. That just catches you where you need to be. When you clear and turn, and you give enough space to get your butt over, you won't get any of your skin caught and snagged. And then when you let those hips drop, again, that catches that top arm. So the hip pushes towards the floor and a pull is on that top arm. The inner thighs, they're squeezing, but really it's just gonna catch and you're gonna hang there where you don't have to squeeze so hard. I see some people crossing their ankles when they're in the Superman. You don't necessarily have to do that. You can just release, easy squeeze, so it's not so torturous. So again, playing with that thigh rest position, knee to chest, don't let your butt drop down, okay? You want to stay lifted with that, kind of starting in that horizontal position. And then clear knee to chest. Don't stay here because you're going to feel like you're going to face plant. Bottom hand has to come off, hips have to drop, head and chest up. Again, I'm not squeezing for dear life here. It's an easy squeeze. Once you're caught, okay, that bow position, it's just a natural position that is going to allow you to stay in that comfortable spot. All right, you may still have a little bit of pull burn, but not as much as you would if you were dragging your skin over. So again, the pull is with that top arm, you're kind of just pulling, letting your body weight hang away. The push, the hips push towards the floor. Once you're in that bow, it just kind of catches you there. You have a little bit of that inner thigh squeeze, but you don't have to squeeze for dear life. So the big key points are to make sure that you clear and turn those hips over. Clear it, knee to chest, turn the hips towards the floor. When you exit, you can always come back where you came from, back to that thigh rest, or you could let the legs release that squeeze a little bit more. You start to let those legs drop down, rolling that shoulder back, and that will upright you to step off, especially if you're up higher on the pole. But of course, the Superman, Superwoman can lead you into all kinds of other tricks. And there's different ways to get into it, of course, but this is the way that I like to train clients because we can do it from the floor and then kind of gradually work up the pole. But again, clear the pole, clear your butt, give yourself room by catching that pole mid-thigh so that you have enough space to turn your butt over. And you can't hang out there long or you're going to feel like you're going to face plant. Okay, so turn the hips, drop them. Knee to chest, drop. All right. So hopefully those tips will help you turn into Superwoman. Let me know if you're struggling with anything or if there's anything I can answer for you. Again, if you have something that you want to have a video, a demo with, send me a message and I'll make sure I take care of it for you. All right, happy Friday. Hopefully that helps. I'll see you next time.